Good day everyone, welcome to our channel. Today I'm here with my partner Messi and I'm Maylene. Together we will demonstrate how to create a simple web page by applying what we learned last Thursday in our class. Our topic is about DOM manipulation using JavaScript. But first, what is a DOM? The DOM or Document Object Model is the structured representation of a web page. It treats everything on the page like text, images, buttons, or divs as objects that JavaScript can access and change. This allows us to update content styles and even add or remove elements without reloading the page. In our demo, we will show how to change the text and background color of elements. Use document create element to create new elements. Use append child to add them to the page. And also use remove to delete elements. Additionally, we will demonstrate how to dynamically create elements using an input box and add a remove button for each new item. So this will be our output. This will be what we will demonstrate to you later on. So here you can see it. You can change text as well as you can change the background color. And also we have here the enter new item, but don't worry, you can just type something here that you want to add to the list or type something you want to add, as many as you want. After that, you can also remove it. For example, hello, coding is fun. Here you can add the item as many as you want, okay? Because after that you can able to remove it naman. So another a bag, or a homework, then add item. And also if you don't want to put it on the list, you can remove it here, there. So alright then, that will be the short overview, and now we will demonstrate to you and how to structure the code, including the CSS and as well as the JavaScript. Alright, now I will show you how to create a folder for our JavaScript project. If you already know how to create a folder, then it's good for you. And if you're not, or just a beginner, just bear with us. So first step, go to your desktop or any location on your computer where you want to save the project, or which the desired location, or which you prefer. So here, open the desktop or any location, but for me, I will put it here in the local disk. Then right click here, you can see the folder, and then from the menu here you can also create folder here in this way. Then after that, you click it, and then you see the new folder, right? Then you will rename it to something related to your project. For example, JavaScript project. But for me, I will rename it Comprog tree, in short for computer programming tree. Then after that, oh wait, we have here a double. Wait a minute. We'll create new na lang. So comprog tree, and after that you click it and then add a inside this folder, we will save all our files, like our HTML file, CSS file, and JavaScript file. But for me, I will add new folder so that it will be it is easy to locate. So I will put it here a DOM activity. And after that, you can put this folder, this one, you will save all your files like our HTML file, CSS file, and JavaScript file. So that's it. Now we have a project folder ready, and everything we do for this project will be saved inside it. Just remember what you put it, what name you put it. So that's it. After creating a folder, we will locate it inside Visual Studio Code. So open your Visual Studio Code, then here, open folder. Kung saan mo nilagay yung desired location mo, dun mo hahanapin at kung ano yung pinangalan mo. So we'll click it on Prog 3. Then we have here, we are here inside the path or sa folder. So inside the DOM activity, yung folder natin na ginawa na pangalawa, mag-create file na tayo doon. So now we will create a file. So yung papangalan ko dito is DOM pair activity.html or any file, basta lagyan mo lang ng HTML or what name you want to name it. Then enter. And also, so for the basic structure sa HTML, here and then enter. So we are here now. Then we will continue. We will show you how to demonstrate the JavaScript, or we will demonstrate it to you how to structure the code using JavaScript. Now going back to the output again, we will structure this one where we can change text, change background or style at the same time, dynamically create elements using an input box, and add a remove button for each new item. So now, first, we will create a title for our page. So the title will be DOM Makeover Challenge. After creating the web page title, we will proceed to the body part. So the body tag is everything the user sees on a screen goes inside here. So after the body tag, we will insert here the main, which is the main content of the web page, the most important part that's different from the header, footer, or sidebar. Inside the main tag, we will specify the ID and a class. So the ID is, it gives a unique identifier, while the class is groups it with a style that we can reuse in CSS. Now we will get the main ID in a class. Now let's proceed to creating a div class card. So this div class card is a box or card that holds all the content like the title, buttons, and list. It uses the card class to give it style like padding and background. So after that, we will create another div, class. Card title, is heading at the top, and inside the card title we will create our heading 1. Include the ID. This is the main tag of the page. It has an ID called page title, so JavaScript can change the text later. So now we will target the ID, page title, and then DOM, oopsies, DOM makeover, challenge. So that will be our page title. Next, we will be creating another div class card body. So card body. So this card body is a section for the main content inside the card, like a paragraph or the button. So inside the div class card body, we will create a paragraph, and then we will specify also the ID. We will put page disk, and then of course the class paragraph, and then we will put the page content. So this is a simple web page that needs web page that needs some styles. And then after that, we will create the so again, this div class card body, inside of it, it has a P, which means it has an ID called page disk and a class called para, so we can style it and change it with JavaScript also. Now we will create a a button. So first is also to specify the ID. So we will put change text, and then the indication. When you click it, it changes the text on the page. So at the same time, it also has the ID, change text, and so we can target it with JavaScript. And then another button, we'll create a wait lang. So for easier day, you just have to paste it and then change it. So we will create two buttons. First is the change text, and then the other one is change background. And also we will change this indication for the button. So when you click it, it changes the background color of the card. So it has also the ID, change background. So we put here change BG. And then after that, we will closing the tag. Now, so after closing the div tag, you will also observe the indentations of each tag so that it will look readable. So in short, we will organize the tags. So that's it. Next, let's proceed to the next element or tags. So after making sure that your indentations are available, now let's proceed to making a HR tag. So here, HR tag is used for separating sections of content, used to create horizontal line across the page to visually separate content. So go back to the output. We will be creating this line or to separate the sections of content. Now HR. And also, we will be using a inline style CSS because it's just add space above and below the line so it doesn't stick too close to another elements. Go here, H style. No. H style. Margin. 20x, and of course the 0 and then wala yan. Oops, wait a minute, sorry, that's not gonna put there. And after that, let's add heading 2. Let's put add and remove items. Then after that, we'll put input, here text. Yeah, text, and then of course get the ID, item, input, and also we will be adding a placeholder, enter new item. And also as well as the button, let's specify the ID also. Let's put add btn, also add item. Then we create the UL, we put here ID pala, ID. We will type here item list, that one, and after that let's proceed. No. So again, let's explain it. Let's explain it again. So after no. First we specify the ID in the class, the ID main, and then the class container, and then after that we created a div class card. Inside the div class card we also created a card title, and inside card title, div class card title, we created the heading one. We specify also the ID, page title, and also the heading title. Page title. Yeah, page title of the heading one. UI makeover challenge. And after that, we created a div class card body. And inside the card body, we put page content of the paragraph. So we also specify the ID, page list, and also class para, and this is the content. This is a simple web page that needs some styles. And then also we created a button. ID is change text, and then details, change text, and then another button, the change background, and also the yung title, yung details. And then we close it with div tag. And after that we also created a HR tag, which is the HR tag is a horizontal line to separate sections, no? And then we also added a inline CSS, because the HR's this inline CSS is the only we target, so it doesn't need hindi na natin yan kailangan doon sa itaas, kasi isang beses lang natin siya i-style. Kaya gumawa kami ng inline CSS. And after that, we created a header 2. We create an add and remove items rather. And then also, so this header tag is a simple heading for next session, adding and removing list items. After that, we created a button type. This is a text box where the user can type something. It has an ID, item input, and the placeholder shows gray text inside the box before the user types. So this is the details, enter new item. And then we created a button. So this is in CSS style. This is a green add button, which click, it will take whatever is typed in the box and it add to the list. It has also an ID, add btn, this one. And then the last is UL. This is an empty list. UL means an ordered list. It means new items will be added here with JavaScript. So each item will appear with a remove button next to it. So the list has an ID of item list. So here, and then also observe proper indentations. If naipasok ba yun sa kanilang tag or para readable. So now it's done. Wait, let's para makita nyo yung output. So this one, so we added here this one, the header one, makeover challenge, and then the page, and also the button. Don't mind the hover thing, because we still don't add the CSS style. I will just show you what we add or what will be the output of this one. Wait, para mas makita. Here, so that will be the output. So after that, we will demonstrate or show you the CSS to make it more interactive, and I mean it will be interactive in creative way. So as you can see, there is no container or else, because we still don't add the CSS style. So now so next is we will demonstrate or show you how to target those we created the body part, or we will create a CSS style to make it more creative and engaging web page. And later on, we will show you also the JavaScript. Again, there will be no interaction, right? As you can see, because we don't add the CSS and JavaScript yet. But in next demonstration, we will show you how to add CSS and also the JavaScript.
Hi, I am Messi. I'll be the turnover after the demonstration of Miss Mylene. Now, we will implement or target what's inside the body tag or layouting CSS to make it creative and engaging. So first, the style tag. We use the internal CSS, which is inside the head tag. If you want your CSS more clean, then you can add it on the separated folder, or you will do external CSS. So we begin by styling the body. which is the whole background of the page. So to set up, we have first the font family. So we have here the Arial, Helvetica, and lastly the sans serif. To make clean and readable style. So next is the background color. So we have here F2, F2, F2. So the background color is a light gray. Next is a display. So we have here a flex display to center everything in the middle of the screen, both left, right, and top, bottom. Next is justify content. So to justify a center content. Next is the align items, to align the center items. So lastly, we have here the height. We have here 100 VH or 100 viewport height. So after setting up the body CSS layout, this is the output. So as you can see, there are changes rather. So let's go back to our code. So we will try to comment the container to see the difference. So I'll run the program. So as you can see, there's no white background or looks like a card. So when we uncomment, and having a container, you can see the white background that looks like a card. So there is a difference between having a container and without a container. So after the container, so we have here the card CSS. So by the way, what is a card CSS? So what is a card in CSS? So a card is a box used to group and display content like text, image, or buttons in a neat and organized way. And also, you can think of it like a mini container or a frame that holds content together. So first, it input first the card tag, and then under the card tag, so we have here our width. So we set it into 600 px, and after the width, so we have here the padding. So our padding is 25 px and 35 px. Next is after the card, so we have here the card head one. So this targets any head one that is inside an element with class card. So, by the way, what is the purpose of this? So the purpose is to make your title head one look neat and attractive inside the card. So under the head one, so we have here the font size. So our font is set to 40 px. Next, so we have here the text align. So it is a center to align the text. So we have here to put in the center for balance. So next is we have a transition. So we have here 8.5 seconds. Yes, to make the title feed smoothly if it becomes transparent. For example, when nag-put ka og hover sa imong buttons. And then after that, so we have here the margin. So next we have here the cap margin that's set to 0. And then we have also the bottom margin that's set to 10px. So in short, this code's purpose is to style your title so it looks nice, readable, and has smooth visual effects inside the card. Run the program. So as you can see, there is changes. So we can clearly see the difference after we put a style inside our card. So after the head one, so we have here a card P or a card paragraph or a card P tag. So first we have here the margin. We have here 20px, so it helps to push the next element farther down. Next is we have here the font size. So also it's 20px. And so next is we have here is it takes a line. Also we put it into a center, so it makes the paragraph take centered horizontally. So after that, we have here a transition. So in short, a card paragraph in our CSS is used to style text paragraphs or p tags that are inside a container or a box. So after the card paragraph, so let's move to card button. So first, what is a card button? So in CSS, a card button is used to control how a button looks and behaves when it is inside a card elements on a website. First, we have here a margin. So 10px. So this is a space around the button outside its borders. So this space between the button and other elements around it. So next is we have a padding 10px and 15px. It adds inside the button around the text. The 10px is for the top bottom and the 15px is for the left and the right. Next is we have a font size. So 15px. It helps to set the size of the text inside the button to 15 pixels. So after that, so we have a cursor. When someone hovers over the button, the cursor will change to a hand indicating and it's clickable. Then after that, we have also a transitions. It makes the button style changes smooth over a duration of 0.3 seconds. For example, if you change the background color when hovering, it gradually changes instead of instantly. Next, we have a border. So this removes any border around the button. By default, buttons might have a border, but this line makes sure where there isn't a. Next is border radius, 6px or 6 pixels. So this rounds the corners of the button by 6 pixels. So instead of sharp corners, the button will have rounded edges. So each line is a way to make the button look and behave in a specific manner. So after the card bottom hover, so we have here the para tag. So under the para, we have here the border left. So for PX solid red color. Next sa border left, so we have here a padding left. So at PX, after the padding, so we have here the width. Feet content. After the width, we have here the margin. So naka-auto ang margin. So a card button is to help your CSS to style button inside a card element. And also it makes your button look nice. Also make it interactive. Lastly, improve usability. So next we have input. So under the input, we have a padding at px. Next is width 60px. 60%. So after the width, so we have here a margin or a top margin. Then px. Then after the top margin, so we have here a border 10x solid CCC. Next is the border radius 6px. let's have a simple recap. So, sa padding sa input, so 8 pixels of space inside the element. Next is sa width. So, width of the input. Then, after sa width, so the margin or a top margin, so 10 pixels of space above. So then after that, we have a border, so 1 pixel solid border. And then lastly, the border radius, so it is around the corners of the input field by 6 pixels. So after the input, so we have here add btn or add button. This targets the button with the ID add btn. Also, it is inside the role will apply specifically to the button with that ID. So under the add btn or add button, so we have here a background color. Then after sa background color, we have here a color. So is the add btn hover or add button hover. So under sa add btn hover, so we have here a background color. So the card button in CSS is used to style a button inside a card to make it look attractive and easy to use. And also it tells the user, click me in a clear and visually appealing way. Next sa add button, so we have here an ordered list. So under the unordered list, we have here a list style. So after that, we have a padding. Then lastly, a margin or a top margin 20px. Let's go back to an ordered list. So first is the style. So it helps to remove any bullet points or numbers. Then next is the padding. So this removes any space inside the element around its content. And then after that, we have a margin or a top margin. This adds 20 pixels of space above the element, so it pushes the element downward, creating some space between this element and whatever is above it. So after the unordered list, so we have here a list item. So under the list item, so we have here a display Plex. So this change the elements layout to Plex box and a flexible layout system, and also it allows the content inside to arrange in a more responsive and aligned way. After the display, we have a justify content. So that's set to space between. This is used to flex box layout, and also it space out the items inside the container so there's equal space between them. So the first and last items will align with the edge of the container, and the rest will be spaced evenly. After that, we have align items. So center align items. So it also works with flexbox, and also it centers the items vertically inside the container. Then after that, we have a background. So it set the background control a color of the element to light gray. Then the element will be having a soft grayish background. And then after that, we have a padding. So 18px and then 15px. So at the top and bottom of the element, 15px of space of the left and right, and also it creates breathing room inside the element. And then after that, we have a margin bottom at px. It adds 8 pixels of space below the element, and also it separates the element from whatever is underneath. And then after that, we have a border radius 6px. It is around the corners of the element by 6 pixels. So instead of sharp corners, the edge will have a soft rounded appearance. And then lastly, the back shadow 0 to px, RGBA 00001. It adds a shadow to the element, and also the shadow is 2 pixels down and 2 pixels blurred with a very light black color, RGBA 00001. And to make it look slightly raised and adding depth to the design. So after the last item, so we have here a last item button. So first, what is a last item? So last item button in CSS is to style buttons that are inside last items. So under the last item button, so we have here a background color. Set the background color of the button to red color. So specific code is a dark red. Then also it makes the button stand out with a strong color. Next is a color. Set to white, the text color inside the button to white, so it's easy to read on the red background. Then after the color, so we have here the padding 6px and 10px. It adds space between the button around the text. So 6px on the top and bottom, and another 10px on the left and right. So it makes the button look bigger and more clickable. Then after that, we have a font size. So 13px. Set the size of the text inside the button to 13 pixels. Then after that, we have a border. So it removes the default border around the button to make it look cleaner and more modern. Next is the border radius, 6px. It gives the button rounded corners, 6 pixels of roundness, and also it makes a button look so instead of sharp square. And then lastly, the cursor. When you move your mouse over the button, it changes the cursor to point hand icon, showing it's clickable. Then after the cursor, so we have here the button hover. So under the button hover, so we have here the background color. And then run the program. So as you can see, there is a lot of changes or a lot of things that you can see when you add CSS in your program. And also it gives creativity in your output and more appealing to a user.
Hi everyone, this is Mylene speaking. For today's continuation, I will demonstrate how to use the JavaScript with DOM manipulation. We will create elements dynamically using an input box, add and a remove button for each new item, and also change the background, text, and style of elements. Since we have already discussed how to create a folder, structure the code, and apply CSS styling, let's now move on to DOM manipulation using JavaScript. First, let me clarify the words Messi used when she explained CSS styling earlier. She mentioned earlier that Messi probably got mixed up with the wording. For example, this one, she mentioned that card P tag, but it's not a card P tag, it's a class card P selector. or it's a CSS selector, specifically a descendant selector. That means target all p tag elements that are inside an element with a class card. So Messi said that it's card p tag. What she really meant is that it targets an element in the body, specifically the paragraph tag inside the class card. Here. Oh no. Ah yeah. Here. So to avoid confusion, I will mention what is it called, each of these inside a style. Oops. Sorry. So first, here, the body. It's just a short recap to avoid confusion. So first, this one called a element selector of the body. This one is a class container, a class selector. Class card, class selector. Heading 1, element selector. Class card P is descendant selector. Class card button, descendant selector. This one, card button hover, pseudo class selector. Class para, class selector. Heading 2 is element selector. Input is element selector. This one, add ptn, is id selector. id add ptn hover, and it's an id and a pseudo class selector. This is element selector, ul, and this one li element selector also. And li button, it's a descendant selector. Li button hover is a pseudo class selector. So inside all of them, this one, what I mentioned, or what does it called? Inside all of them is like for example this one. It's called declarations. So when you declare it, it called a properties and values. It is called properties and values rather. So always remember that whatever you put in the body of your code, this one, you must target those elements in your CSS for the styling to work. Now, let's move on and proceed to the JavaScript UI manipulation. First, in order for you to see the output of this code, we will run it. As you can see, there's already CSS and structured already, but what we should do now is to change the background text and style of elements. Then later on, we can add items and remove it using an input box add and a remove button for each new item. So as you can see, we cannot change text and also change background, right? And then we cannot also add new item. Here we can't add because hindi pa tayo gumamit ng JavaScript. And as you can see also, you cannot see the remove button appear here rather. Alright, let's go back to our code. Okay, let's erase this first para you can memorize it where you will put the script. So, yeah, first and foremost, type the script tag inside the body tag after closing the main tag. Here, the body tag, and type here the script tag. And then now, we are in the JavaScript section. This part is where we make our web page interactive. I'll explain each step line by line. So first, we will create arrays for data. So this is the syntax. Colors. I forgot the condition. Wait a minute. Mali. Then another color. Hashtag 9D for CF. Last color. FFP2PP. So let's check it. Terminator na pala. PETCE FE984 4DD 4CF FFP2PD. So by the way, it's your will if what colors you want to change your background. For me, I want a mint green. Second color is peach orange, and this one is soft teal, and the fourth one is a light pink. Then next, I will create let headings. Sorry, it's not curly braces. I want the headings, change it. I manipulate the DOM. Next, DOM changes everything. My E from the keyboard is not working. Everything should be everything. Coding is fun. And lastly, I want my headings to change into welcome to JavaScript Magic. Then Terminator. Next, we will create array for paragraphs. same method of what we use from the headings. Or what my paragraphs changing to JavaScript can do everything. And comma. So let's make web pages interactive. Comma. No. Let's make web pages interactive. You are mastering the UN. You're mastering the UN. Lastly, oopsies, practice, oops, this makes perfect. No way. No, only one. Only one. And then a terminator. So here I created 3 arrays. First one is colors, which stores 4 background colors: mint green, peach orange, soft teal, light pink. Then the second array heading stores different titles. I manipulate the UM. The UM changes everything. Coding is fun. Welcome to JavaScript magic. The third array, paragraphs, stores different descriptions. The purpose of these arrays is to switch the content every time we click a button. Now, for the step 2, we will get elements from HTML. So the syntax for that is const change ag document get element by ID, and then change background. We will also change the text. Same process. Change text. Then container, we're targeting the container. No. Oh, wait a minute. Document, so we will use query selector. Class. Oops.
container. And then also the page title. Then change process, same process. And lastly, the pause page. And so let's review again. I want to change background, change text, container, page title. Now, the document get element by ID in document, this one, query selector are used to connect JavaScript with HTML elements. So here from the body tag, here I connected the buttons, change background, this one, and then change text, container, the title, and paragraph. This means when I press a button, JavaScript knows what part of the page to change. So, next, now we will add index counters. This is the syntax. We will set it into 0. Then let's set it to 0 also. So this index counters is this explains that these variables keep track of which color in text we are currently using. At the beginning, both are set to 0. The first item in the arrays. They will increase by 1 each time we click a button. After the index counters, let's proceed to change background color. So now, we will put a syntax for an event listener. Event listener. So the syntax. Click. And then space function, then we will add space here pala. We will put container, background color, color index. After I code, I will explain it to you. Why did I put this instead. Why did I code this syntax? %, colors, then terminated. Let's check it first if our syntax is right. Make function. Container style background. Style background color is false. Color index. In percent colors and then. So the explanation for this is we add event listener click. It means that waits for the button to be clicked. When I click change button background, the background color of the container will change based on the colors array. After that, the color index, this one, moves to the next color. The percent symbol makes sure that when we reach the last color, it goes back to the first one again. Then after that, we will also change text with animation. So this is the syntax. Wait a minute. So this is supposed to be small letter. Okay, let's go back to change text with animation. Function. Terminator. Then we add page title, style, opacity. By the way, it's up to you if you will put change text with animation, but for me, I want to put it so it will be there will be a smooth transition. Then we will set a timeout. Function double na. Do not add that one na lang. So function we'll target the page title, text content, then together with the page disk. Wait a minute. No. Should be paragraphs. Same time, text index. Then we will select page, title, style, opacity to 1. Wait. It's supposed to be small letter. So 1. Then our let's make it bigger. So our text index plus 1. Also is put percent, targeting the headings. Length, and then parameter. Let's put 500. Yeah, so why I added this change text with animation. Where are we? When I click a change text, this one, I first make the title and description invisible. So that's why I put opacity 0. Then I use the set timeout with 500 milliseconds to delay the change. This one. Inside the delay, I replace the text with the next value from the arrays. After that, I make them visible again, which I put opacity 1. This creates a smooth fade out and fade in effect when the text changes. So that is the syntax. After putting the change text with animation, let's proceed to add and remove items. So here, is the syntax. This one is add and remove items. First, I get the input box at add button and list. So this is the syntax. Add btn, and then the document, get element id, add btn, then send. Next is the get the item input. Okay. Item input. Then lastly, item list. And then a terminator. Then we will also add the function. So we will add btn. Add event listener. So keyboard is not functioning. Then that thing, then let's add if wait a minute. Here claim na. Wait. Let's add equals and this one. And that one. Then inside of the if, so it's like a condition. Let li it's not yet complete document. Let li not get create element. Put li, where is it? Terminator. So the content. Item input value. Also add a remove button. Let remove btn document create element. I will explain it to you after I code. Okay? Where are we? Button. Then we'll add here remove btn text content, then label, of course a terminator. And then we will add remove btn add event listener, click wait, the syntax is not right. Function. Let's remove this. After that, let's put li remove, and then don't worry about the error. We will fix it up later. Closing. What's the missing here? also add a li obtain child. And we'll begin. And item list obtain child li, as well as the item input in this one, then terminator and curly braces. What's wrong here? Oh. Yeah, it's right now, I remove. Then what's wrong with my code? Right from support function, closing part, item input, we forgot to put a dot. No. To put a item input value. Why is it? Wait a minute. Let's go back. Let's fix this, okay? It's error good. Input. Right here is correct. Okay. That one pala. Should be no space. Alright, and then this one. Why is it ganyan? Let's type it again. Let's type it again. Wait. No need for that. So li remove and then that one. I don't know what's wrong. What's wrong with this? It's fine, man, here. I think I forgot something. Find here button. You can press and then click yung function. Then we put li remove. Wait a minute, let's find this out. Why money? Now I get it why it's error. It's because the spelling of my function is ungrammatically correct. So, how funny. How funny. So, so to explain this to you, so for the explanation, I check if the input box is not empty. I create a new list item using document create element here. This one, let li document that create element li. I put also the user's text inside the list items. So, and also I also create a remove button using document create element button. When the remove button is clicked, the list item is deleted using this one, that remove, this one. I use append child to add a button to the list item, and then add the list item to the list. So I clear the input box so it's ready for another item. This syntax demonstrates the three required methods. So the create element, wait a minute, create element, the append child, and then the remove. So in summary, our JavaScript does three main things. It changes the background color each time I click the button. It changes also the title and paragraph text with a nice fading effect. And as well as it allows us to add and remove items dynamically using create element, append child, and remove. This shows how JavaScript makes static web page interactive and alive. So now let's run the code. So now this is the output, and as you can see, it's not responding, so probably there is an error of my code. So let us fix this. What's wrong with my code? Okay, I found out that there is still typo, especially here in CSS. No, should be background color, and here when coding you need to widen your eyes because you cannot predict if you mistype some words. And here also I changed it to small earlier, but it still doesn't. And this one, maybe this one is more later. And also here the opacity. Now let's try again. Let's run it again. Let's see if not yet responding. Still not responding. What happened? What's happening? I found out that there is still misspelled. Okay, now everything is. I also updated here the spacings or indentations so I can see it clearly. Now let's summarize the JavaScript. Again, let's summarize the code, the JavaScript, manipulating UM. First, here is array of 4 colors and text. This one stores a list of background colors, which is the hex codes. This will be used when changing the container's background. And this one, headings, stores different headings like titles that will appear when you click the Change Text button. Next, the paragraphs. This stores paragraph text that go with each heading above. Then we are getting the elements from HTML, what we put from the body tag. This const change BG finds the button with ID, change the background used to finds the button with ID change BG used to change the background. And this one finds the button with ID change text used to change the heading and as well as the paragraph. The const container, which is the document query selector class container, it selects the HTML element with class container, the part whose background will change. This one finds the heading element, each one, or heading 2 with ID page title. And of course, this const page disk finds the paragraph element with ID page disk. We have here the index counters. I said it to color 0. I mean 0, not color. Color index. It means that keeps track of which color to use next. And then this one keeps track of which text, especially heading and paragraph, to use next. And this one, change background at event listener. When change background is clicked, it set the container's background color to the current color in colors, and move to the next color like it's cycling back to the start using a percent if we reach the end. Next, this one, change text event. When change text button is clicked, first make the text invisible, so we added opacity 0. And then we set timeout. So after 0.5 seconds delay of this 500 milliseconds, replace the text with the next heading in paragraph. And then it will fade them back in opacity 1. After that, it will update text index. So the next time you click, a new text pair will show. After that, we added less items. We add PTN button to add items rather. Then item input field where the user types, and then the item list that will hold the items. After that, we add button functionally. So when add button is clicked, it will check if the input is not empty, then it will ignore spaces. Then we added here the li. We created a new li and set its text to input value. And then the remove btn, we created remove btn for that item. We created a remove button for that item rather. When the remove button is clicked, it deleted the whole less items. This one. So after that, we use append child and item list and input values. What's the purpose of this append child? So the purpose of this is to attach the remove button to the list items, and then attach the list to the item list, and lastly, item input value. So it means clearing the input field after adding. So in summary, to all of this, colors, the headings and paragraphs, this is our data storage. And then the get element or the query selector, it will grab HTML elements inside here in your body structure. The change background event is the color index and text index, it will track which color or text to use next. And then the change background event, it will cycles background colors, as well as the change text event, it will cycles heading, the paragraph with a fade effect. And lastly, add btn event, it lets users add items with a remove button. So now that's it. Now we will run the code. Wait a minute. Run the code. So here, this is the final output. We can change the text, then change the background rather. And it also, as you can observe, there is also a transition, the smooth fade when you change the buttons. And then you can add here item, back, homework, and you can also remove it after. That's it.
So that will be the end of our live demo presentation. We showed how HTML gives structure, CSS adds style, and JavaScript brings interactivity to a web page. By working together, we turn a simple page into something dynamic and engaging. That ends our live demo. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Goodbye and God bless.